doesn't it make sense that maybe Medicare, we're a compassionate country, we're a good country, we're good people, we take care of each other. Wouldn't it make sense to put the people in the program that actually need the assistance and leave the people who don't need to be in the program out of the program instead of putting everybody under one big umbrella? That's going to be a lot more inefficient and a lot more expensive. I mean, couldn't that be a simple change to take the care of the same thing with Social Security? Take care of the people who need taken care of and leave the rest of the people out of the system.
Chris, you just brought up my favorite Republican talking point, and thank you so much for doing that. This is probably one of the most sick and twisted Republican talking points that's out there. And Chris calling from North Carolina, listening to a station in San Francisco, I'm guessing is probably being paid to call and put this out. And this is the Republican plan to privatize Social Security and Medicare, and it's through something called means testing. There's 132,000 people in the United States who make over $1 million a year. And so they're saying, those people, why are they getting a Social Security check? Why does Warren Buffett, he's 80 years old, why is he eligible for Medicare? Or Charles Koch in his 60s or 70s, however old he is. Why is he getting Medicare? The guy's worth billions of dollars. Well, here's why. Very simple. When you start means testing a program, when you start saying that anybody who has means, anybody who's rich, shouldn't get that program, only the people who need the program, who don't have means, get the program, then that program becomes what's called welfare. Now, when Bill Clinton came into office, the welfare programs in the United States, the people who were eligible for welfare and could get that and could get it, those people who were eligible the number was around 57%. This was my daily take last night. It's probably over at Democratic Underground right now. It's certainly on ThomHartmann.com. You can actually, we did a whole 5-minute segment on this where charts and graphs and the whole bit. After Clinton's welfare reform, which, sold well for the American people because we were in the middle of the dot-com bubble. I mean, everybody, Democrats, Republicans, they looked and said, there's not that many poor people anymore. So, let's cut the program. Let's make it harder for people to stay on welfare for long periods of time. And so now it's down to 27% of people who are actually in poverty can get welfare because of the changes that were made in large part during the Clinton administration, although there were others before and after. This isn't a bash Bill Clinton screed. The point here is that when something is only available to poor people do not make campaign contributions to people like Paul Ryan. So he is not going to defend them. Poor people do not have lobbyists in Washington, D.C. And so the first thing that goes on the chopping block is programs only for poor people. So if you want to destroy Social Security and Medicare, the first thing you do is get all the rich people out of it. And that's called means testing, so that it's no longer an insurance program that covers everybody. And then once you get them out of it in terms of benefits, then you can say, now, why are they paying into it? Because they're getting nothing out of it. And then you cut even more money out of it, and now you've got a program that's really in a crisis. And this is the Republican strategy, to sound very reasonable, whether it's in an editorial that they're writing for the newspaper or whether it's in a phone call to a radio show. This is one of the slickest, sneakiest, most slimy and disgusting strategies going right now, is saying we need to means test Social Security and Medicare and turn them into welfare programs.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program. Call 866-987-THOM.
And don't fall for it. It sounds so reasonable, and it is the first step to destroying the programs, and that's why Wall Street's willing to pay big bucks to get people to say it.